Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I'm Barry P. Cook, and I'm here with some comic book entertainment news. So we're going to start off with a report from comicbook.com, which is reporting, or has reported, that the third season of Titans will add Mad Men star Vincent Kartheiser, am I saying that right, Kartheiser, in the role of Jonathan Crane, the villain known as Scarecrow. Now, I guess this is something that's been known for a long time. I did not know it, but it's been known for a while, apparently. But what we didn't know is that the big difference this time that we see Scarecrow will be that he's going to be serving as an advisor to the GCPD, the Gotham City Police Department, and seemingly not playing the role of a villain in the city at first. So this will kind of be interesting. We might get to see, sort of a la the Riddler on the show Gotham, how Crane becomes the Scarecrow and how he first turns to a life of crime. So that'll be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. What I don't know, and remains to be seen, is how this will affect Batwoman, if at all, because they've been teasing the Scarecrow since the beginning of season 2. And I've been hoping they're going to actually bring Scarecrow onto the show. But now I think that's kind of up in the air, although season 2 of Batwoman is set to finish before season 3 of Titans comes on. But usually when there's a multitude of comic book shows and movies that are out from a certain rights holder, they don't like the same characters to be used in different iterations. So, for example, Suicide Squad, which was on the CW verse, but then sort of they nixed it. They didn't use them anymore after like one or two appearances because they were going to be, it was going to be the Suicide Squad movie. So we'll have to see if Scarecrow shows up on Batwoman. I really hope that he does. Moving over to Marvel, according to MovieWeb.com, sources have claimed that Charlie Cox's Daredevil, John Bernthal's The Punisher, and Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones will soon show up in the MCU, alongside Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, as well as fellow Netflix characters Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which will reportedly be recast. They're going to appear at different times and across different film and streaming series projects in the days to come. The twist here is that while the likes of these characters will return with some of the actors reprising their roles, they will not, it seems, be the same versions of the characters as seen on Netflix and will instead be rebooted, new versions, newly introduced to the MCU. Thus, the Netflix Marvel universe will remain non-canon to the MCU as it was when it was airing. So that's kind of a bummer on multiple fronts. One, it would be great if they were the same characters because they'd have the history that we're already familiar with. And two, it would bring the Netflix hero shows, Marvel shows, into the MCU canon, which would also have been cool, but it's not to be apparently. Still, I'm glad to see these characters in the MCU and being played by the original actors, especially Vincent D'Onofrio. One thing that I'm not happy with is I don't see how you can recast Luke Cage. Iron Fist, but the actor who played Luke Cage, whose name I'm forgetting, and I'll have to put it up on the screen, did a really good job. I liked his portrayal of the character. So it's going to be weird for me to see another actor playing the part, but that's nothing that we're not used to. It's just, was he not available? I'd like to know why that occurred because he was just great on that show. But that's the story, so we're going to have to wait and see how all of that plays out. Now, over at Screen Rant, they are reporting that water is wet. No, I'm being funny. They're reporting that there's a Captain America 4 now in development and that it's being developed by the Falcon and the Winter Soldier showrunner, Malcolm Spellman. So, there's a Captain 4 in the works with Anthony Mackie playing Captain America. I mean, we knew that was going to happen, right? How would they not do that? The show could not have been more of a setup for that if it tried. And it's good news that the showrunner is going to be developing the project. So that's going to be something to look forward to. You'll notice I didn't review, by the way, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that's because at first I didn't like it. And I didn't think it was a big enough deal to come on and review, seeing as I didn't like it. and it was only going to be 6 to 7 episodes. Whereas, you know, something like Star Trek Discovery, which I don't like, and Lower Decks, which I don't like, are both ongoing and I think worthy of coming on and critiquing in the hopes that they'll change or go away. However, Winter Soldier did get better, I'd say about the 4th episode in, and overall was a very good show. So my quick review is I liked it. I thought that they did a great job of showing what a failure the new Captain America was in the role, not the actor, the character in the role of Captain America that just wasn't suited for it. And I think they really did a good job fleshing out the Bucky Barnes character, which they hadn't really fleshed out that much in the films. And they certainly added depth to the Falcon character, the new Captain America. And they brought up some Marvel Comics history that I didn't know, which was that there was once a black Captain America in the comics. And they brought that whole thing to the forefront, that there's this forgotten super soldier, I shouldn't say Captain America, a black super soldier, and that there's this forgotten character in the Marvel comic canon. So, you know, some people might ding it for sort of bringing racial issues into it and like social justice stuff, but they didn't pull it out of their rear end. They got it from the comics, so it's fair game as subject matter for the show as far as I'm concerned. Or it was, I should say, because there's not going to be a second season. But yeah, that's kind of my quick review of the series. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I look forward to Captain America 4. So there you have it.
The last bit of news I have concerns the Hawkeye character. As we know, Hawkeye is going to have a show on Netflix very soon. And guys, they finally updated his costume so that it's like purple, you know, like it is in the comic books. And there's a picture of it here, which is on the comicbook.com website. So that's good. Apparently, now Hawkeye will look a little bit, tiny bit more comic book accurate in the MCU.
That's really all the comic book news, entertainment news that I had for you. So I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back with more news as I come across it. Until then, my friends, peace and long life.